Well, it was a heck of a football game. It's unfortunate we came up a little bit short. What the game really came down is Oklahoma made some key plays on fourth down. We didn't, and we lost the kicking game. We gave up 14 points in the kicking game. When you do that, it's really tough to win. You know, there's always three phases: offense, defense, and kicking game. And giving up 14 points in the kicking game was really tough to overcome. But I'm very proud of our players for what they've done up to this point. I told them that in the locker room, that I'm certainly not disappointed in them. I'm just disappointed for them because they've been a really good group for us. They've been so much fun to coach, to be around, and just see how they develop as a team. Unfortunately, we just came up a little bit short today. We were able to rush the ball. You know, we didn't convert in third quarter. I thought our defense was kind of really had control of the game, and offensively we had too many 3-and-outs. We never extended the game to more than a one-score lead, which I think really was a big factor. We had done that earlier in the year, so it's a tough one. You have to give credit to Oklahoma. They had some nice plays and came up with a decent plan. But ultimately, in the end, he just didn't play well enough in the kicking game and didn't convert in the third quarter when we had an opportunity when our defense was playing really well.
Mike, did they change anything? You ran it really well early, and then later you seemed to go away from the run. Were they taking that away to some degree?
A little bit, not a lot. I just don't think we executed as well as we needed to without watching the tape. It's really hard to say. But again, I go back to not being able to take advantage of the defense playing really well in the third quarter and then in the kicking game. It's really pretty simple in this game.
What do you think of Desmond Rollins today?
Well, Des played well, ran the football, and we were able to rush the football. I don't know. I don't have stats in front of me. We probably rushed for over 200 yards. I'm not for sure. Yeah, I mean, we rushed for, 200 exactly. And we were balanced today, 200, 200. So turnovers were even, I think. Again, you talk about kicking game, and then the fourth down we didn't convert. Oklahoma converted a fourth down or two. But Des was able to rush the football well.
You mentioned the defense playing well in the third quarter. What did you see on that last drive that allowed it?
Well, it got into an all-pass situation, and games change like that. We got into a little bit of it the drive before, not quite as hurry up as they were in, and they were able to make some throws. Quarterback made some plays. They made some good catches and moved the ball down the field. And, you know, our defense has been tremendous all year. And, you know, you have to play the percentages based on what we've done all year, and you would think in most cases we'd be able to get that stop.
Did you consider challenging the Gilbert interception that was called incomplete or whatever?
Well, there were two plays that we were unsure about. One time we thought that they had crossed the line of scrimmage on a throw, and I asked the official that was on the side that made the call, and he said he didn't. So I didn't really see a need to challenge it. I said, "Are you sure?" And he said yes. And then on Gilbert's interception, I thought he caught the ball and he came down and had it, and then I thought after he was on the ground it rolled out. But again, I don't have as good a view as you guys do.
Did you think about challenging it, though, because you had timeouts at that point?
Well, no, because in the situation with the way the rule is, when a defender hits the ground, you know, that rule has changed where they say you have to secure the ball all the way to the end. And the ball eventually did come out. So the chances of them overturning that are very, very slim.
It's interesting, Mike, how you worded it. You're not disappointed in them, you're disappointed for them.
That's right.
Could you expand on that?
Well, without getting too deep, I think that we all understand that we live in a society that's everything that we do in our profession is based on wins and losses. And that's okay. I mean, it's a sport that's got a tremendous amount of money involved in it, and people only want to accept wins and losses. And I feel the same way now about this team as I did after the Baylor game because of what they do. And the longer I'm in this profession, in my position now, I appreciate young men trying to work toward a goal and be successful in something they do as a team, which I think is going to help them in life. I think that's a lost art in society today. We don't do as much as a team, and everybody's always out for themselves. Well, this team doesn't think like that. And I really mean that. And it doesn't have anything to do with wins and losses today. Do we want to win? Shoot, yeah. Do I think Oklahoma coached good? Yes. And am I upset at myself and for not doing a better job of coaching? Yes. But that doesn't take away from these kids. And I really feel that way. And they know that if I didn't feel that way, I wouldn't tell them that. If they don't do the right thing, if these guys are busting their butt academically, we don't have many issues. They had their backs against the wall. They won, I don't know, 7. I don't know how many in a row we won. They won at Texas. They played the 3rd team in the country. They had a great experience. I mean, I wish they would have won today, but I think it's important that what I told them is I feel the same way about them now as I did before the game. I just wish we'd have made a play there at the end so they could enjoy a Big 12 championship. That's the only reason I'm disappointed in them. Did Bob make some great calls? You bet. The fake field goal was a great call. You know, it makes sense. They were in his mind, and I obviously cannot think for him, but he's probably thinking, hey, we're going to have to find a way to score here because at this particular time we really hadn't played as well on offense as we'd have wanted. And so it was a nice call and a gutsy call. And sometimes that's what it takes to win games like this. So am I disappointed in myself and for that? You bet I am.
It didn't come down to this, but I'm sure you practice the end of the game play, hoping you never have to use it, and knowing the percentages are not very good, and you have to start doing all the laterals and stuff.
Well, well, I mean, we practice those plays all the time. Is that what you're asking? Oh, yeah. We practice them all the time. And those plays are a little better when you cross the 50 to do it, or 40-ish to 50-ish. You know, you can do the Hail Mary, but when you're that far back, you know, you kind of rally to it. And we practiced it. We just missed that one lateral. So, you know, there's not really a lot to say. It's a very disappointed locker room. These guys have played so well and have taken this program to a level to where every time they lose now, for them, it's like the end of the world. And we have to rally and get them back. Coaches will leave to go on the road recruiting in the morning. You know, we made recruiting plans a week ago. And unfortunately for us, life goes on the next morning. We've already missed 1 week of recruiting. We got to get our butts out on the road and continue to bring quality people in here. And so they'll get 4 or 5 days off. And they get to spend another 3 or 4 weeks together and go to a bowl game. We're going to be in a good bowl game. I don't know what bowl game we're going to be in. We're going to be in a good bowl. We will be very appreciative of the bowl that we're in and represent this league in Oklahoma State in the way we should. And these guys will.
Do you know what those bowl options are?
I mean, Jimmy, I don't have a clue. I really don't. I don't pay attention because it's, for the most part, out of my hands. And it's kind of just a distraction for me because if you were going to try to guess and where you would end up, nobody would have predicted where we'd ended up last year. So I don't really pay any attention to it. I have faith in our administration. I have faith in the league to make the right call based on who we are and where our football team is. You know, I very seldom do I ever brag, but we're a pretty good football team. We'll make somebody a pretty good bowl team.
Mike, do you feel at the same time that this is a missed opportunity for this program? I mean, they're shuffling quarterbacks in and out. They don't have an offensive touchdown until the final minute of the game, and you guys are at home with a chance to, like you said, win the Big 12, go to BCS.
Yeah, no, they're always missed opportunities. Again, you know, if you look back at it, we'd certainly. I mean, I guess you're asking me, do we want to win? Yeah, we want to win. But we put everything we had into it as a staff and as a team to put ourselves in position to win. And so I go back to what's important is if this team wasn't dedicated to each other and didn't work at it, didn't do the right thing, then I would be disappointed in them and us for not getting that out of them. Because ultimately, I'm and our staff is responsible for the way our guys play and the way they handle themselves on and off the field. I'm responsible for that. And so it's no different than raising your children at home. If you have a child that comes home that made a D on a spelling test, you tell them that they need to find a way to do better, and you teach them and coach them and try to help them for the next test. You don't get discouraged with them if they've worked at it. If they didn't study, then you say you didn't study. You deserve to get a D. This team studied. This team worked. We just came up short. They made plays in the kicking game.
How frustrating is it, though, that
Well, ultimately, they all count as one. Okay, I mean, every game we play counts as one. If not, we'd have got 2 credits for Texas and 3 credits for Baylor because they're third in the country. They only count as one, and I think it's not really frustrating. Again, because of the way that I look at our team, I have a different opinion than maybe most people out there public, and so I'm not gonna ever say that I'm frustrated. Because, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and realize we lost and be sad, and wake up in the morning and realize we lost and I'll be sad, and then I'll go do my job and come back and start coaching again. So there's that level of frustration, but not frustration with what these guys have put into the team and the program.
Mike Bell, it's clear they wanted to keep the same game plan when they put Thompson in for most of the third quarter after Knight got hurt. Then they go with Bell, and it looks like to us just completely different offense. How much of an adjustment was it for your defense to start defending Blake Bell?
It was different. And again, I can't speak for them, but there's a different approach with him, and so I'm going to guess that most coaches would like to keep their quarterback in, but there's some adjustment that's going on based on what we, in our opinion, think the strength could be of each particular quarterback that they played.
It looked like you didn't do much blitzing, and definitely not a lot of pressure on Bell that last drive. Were you just trying to play soft and keep them in front of you until they got down to the goal line?
We pressured some, and again, you have, you're talking about a minute 34 or 42 or whatever it was, and so for the most part, the clock should be on your side. When we look back at it, we'll probably realize we gave up too many middle range chunk plays to allow them to move down the field quicker than what we would have anticipated. I would say that there's some truth to some of that, but I would have to look at the tape and see before really commenting.
Your offense, outside of running the ball pretty good, sputtered a good part of the day. When you get the ball at the end, needing to do something, and it was bang, 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 touchdown. What came alive for your offense?
Well, I think the throws down the field, and we hit them, and guys made good catches. They were good throws, and guys made good catches, and it all ran together, and it happened really fast.
Mike, you talk about the special teams. How disappointing is it? That's always been a trademark of your program, strong special teams. So, now you're here lamenting it.
I know. And again, it's, I said this in the press conference, the games 5 through 9 or whatever, our return games and our special teams, our coverage units kind of carried us through the season. And we've been good, just like our defense. And we do have good defense. But they hit a return on us. The guy's a good returner. We knew it. I mean, we coached it. We worked it hard. And he made some plays. He made a couple guys miss, and we didn't tackle as well as we should have. And they caught us on the fake field goal. Like I said, that was a good call. And so, it ends up being 14 points in special teams, and it's hard to overcome. And when you're playing a team that's, they're a good football team.
You didn't use Gilbert kickoff return second half.
Yeah, we tried to protect him some. Gilbert's back and playing, but he's not 100%, and so we tried to limit the blows that he could take on his upper body.
Anything else, Coach?
Good? All right, thanks.